So this is the neighborhood I grew up in, right in Ferguson. A friend of mine was actually shot in his driveway, right there.
You put drugs in the communities, put guns in the communities, you put disease in the communities, put poor food in the communities. All these things are designed to shorten your life expectancy.
It's by design. It is not accidental that this is what's in the hood and this is what's over there.
There's actually an active hand in making sure that we living like this.
It's all about control, money, and survival to them.
Your death is not an expense to them, it's an expense to you.
They're trying to make money from us, even if it's at the expense of killing us. You just die slow. Your family just watches you die.
The alcohol industry, fast food industries, tobacco industries target communities of color.
Your health is not their main priority. They're trying to keep you sick.
We are in a state of emergency when it comes to our health.
Keeping people sick is very lucrative.
Now you want pills. Now you want dialysis. Now you want medicine. You going to the hospital on a regular to see your doctor. Everybody's getting paid except you.
Big pharma and pharmaceutical companies are making billions of dollars off of all of us.
As long as they can make that dollar, they don't care if you live or die.
It's something about being here that's making black people sick.
Everybody's getting paid except you. You hurt.
There are more dangerous and harmful chemicals in products made for women of color.
It absolutely is a crisis.
They don't make a dime if you're healthy.
It's kind of like the dope game. It is the dope game. It's just a bigger gangster, the mob boss.
Look at the hidden hand, you see that government is feeding the crisis.
We're fed wrong knowledge, sized all the wrong food.
It's about money over people's health.
If you can control a population's access to food, you can control the person.
Only about 8% of African Americans even live in communities that have a grocery store in them.
Because the deep root problem is the food.
Because poor diets kill more brothers than pistols. You know, we fighting for our lives. That's like Michael Vick's pit bulls.
As black men, we're dying off so quickly in so many ways.
It's here, pocketed in our communities.
They don't want a healthy population.
That is injustice, plain and simple.
The powers that be that are making that money at the top, they trying to kill us.
And with that, I want to say shalom. All praise, honor, and glory going to the Heavenly Father and the Son, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kakwadash. Though honors to my apostle, elders, great millstone, and Ruel. Peace and salutation, all the Aki and pushing this truth with our righteousness and sincerity. Shalom, shalom. This your brother Tazman Debar coming back through the spirit and power, Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. And through the spirit, just want to do a real brief lesson. Basically off the clip you just seen, man, how this system is basically systematically designed to keep Jake in the oppression and keep Jake in going to Esau for the one of all things, even though we know that's part of the curses. But it's also the turn of your eye on they set it up where they turn a blind eye to the things that's really going on in the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American communities, man. These heathen nations, they make big profit and big gain off Israelites in their ignorance, not knowing who they are, not knowing who they have dietary laws, not knowing the ways they're supposed to be conducting themselves in these last days, man. Especially here in Babylon the Great, man. We have a standard. We are the Israelites, man. Yasharallah, Prince of the Power. We have a standard. We have laws, statutes, commandments that we're supposed to be upholding to this day, man. And Jake, they don't consider that, so they fall into the snares and the traps of Esau Edom. When we all been in that mind state, man, because we once was niggas. That's why it's a blessing to be back into the fold and understanding who you are and have the eyesight to see what's going on and can discern between good and evil, man, through the scriptures, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah. Because like the scriptures say, man, John 6:63, this is not of us, it's of the spirit. The flesh profit nothing. So we know through the Holy Spirit that the Lord, He blesses us with this truth to actually see everything that's going on and call this devil out for all the atrocities and abominations he's doing amongst the midst thereof, man, and to the congregation, man, who are the 12 patriarchs of Israel, man. And real quick, I'm going to jump in this, the book of Luke, chapter 16, verse 19, and read down to verse 20. I'm going to start at verse 20. I'm reading down to verse 21. And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid as his gate full of sores, and that Lazarus represents us, the Israelites, man. That represents us, man. And it says, desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table. And that rich man represents Esau, Edom, because he's in a position of power. But also the heathen nations, why? Because they benefit from our downfall. They're the ones in our neighborhoods and got all the hair stores, the salons, the damn the gas stations, these meat markets. They're benefiting from our ignorance, man. And it says, moreover, the dogs came and licked their sores, and the dogs represents these heathen nations, man. They benefit from us being in this state, in this dumbed down state of mind, man. They benefit and they profit and make gain off us, man. They make hella revenue off us not knowing who we are, man. Because at the end of the day, we had this terrible diet. We had this terrible perpetual curse of all the things that's in Deuteronomy 28 chapter that's cleaving unto us. And these nations know that, man. So with us not, taking heed to the scriptures and what the Lord say, we fall in this perpetual state of dying. With poor diets, poor judgment, lack of discernment. Everything that the Lord said that will cleave unto us is cleaving unto us, man. And you have these so-called leaders of our people that's not really benefiting, that's not really helping us, man. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 7. For the Egyptians shall help in vain and to no purpose. Therefore I cry concerning this. Their strength is to stand still. And Egyptians in this day and fold, it's talking about your Edomites, man. The modern day pharaohs, your so-called elites. They help in vain. They don't try to benefit and help the black communities and the brown communities, which are the 12 patriarchs of Israel, the reservations, where our community lies here in Babylon the Great and various places in the country. They don't try to help us. They help in vain. They're vain. They help us in vain. They prosper off our downfall. They make hella money off of sending us to dialysis. They make hella money by putting these poor diets in that neighborhood. That's why it's called the Food and Drug Association, man. Why is food and drug in the same category? Because why they having you addicted to these certain types of foods, with your McDonald's and your Burger Kings, and it's an addiction to you. This is why you won't go out and eat fruits and vegetables and try to have a so-called good diet. You go eating meats, all different types of varieties of meats, and you really don't know what's in it. You don't even know where your meat's coming from. One of them guys said that in the video. You don't even know where your meat's coming from. So if you don't even know where your meat's coming from, that means they can control you by controlling what you eat. And that's the mind state of a nigga. A nigga depends on this government to a T. Instead of trusting in Yahweh Bashim Al Shah. What do you go down to Egypt for help? Isaiah 30, what we in? Jake fully depends on Esau, Edom. They don't know how to think for themselves, man. So this is why they see a commercial with McDonald's, they see a celebrity, they got to go get that shit. Instead of trying to look up the dietary laws and what things they can and cannot eat, man. And what would benefit them in the long run as far as they get older. Especially these niggas that always say, my grandma ate this shit. They ate this, they ate pork, they still, but at the end of the day, what they end up with dialysis and multiple pills, which is set up through the black community, man. The Egyptians, they purpose is to stand still. They're not going to help you. They're going to benefit and prosper off your downfall, man, and off your ignorance, man. They're going to benefit off of it, man. It says the dogs came and licked their wounds. That's what they're doing. And 2/3 niggas, they don't see it, man. Real quick, the book of Deuteronomy, like I said, it was a cursing to us, right? Deuteronomy 28 and 43. And Salaki, man, it's ironic because I had to pull up what you call the hood to do this lesson, man. And it's loud out here. It's loud. Jake is out here loud, showing you our people are really dumbed down. They got different types of metals and particles in the food that Jake's eating in these poverty-stricken areas, and in the water, the fluoride, all these things that's consuming Jake, which is messing up Jake's way of thinking, man. This is why he's a riled up and a wild beast, man. He's a beast-like state, a brute beast. Beasts go back to lawless, man. And this is why they push this in our neighborhoods, man. Real quick, Deuteronomy 28 and 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high. And that's talking about Esau, Edom, and these heathen nations, man. And mainly Esau, Edom, because right now he's in his blessing. He's in a position of rulership. And it says, and thou shalt come down very low. And we come down very low, man. Like I said, we're through. What nation of people call a neighborhood the hood? The people that's in poverty. And that's who? The Negro, Latino, Native Americans, man. That's there are a lot right now here in this captivity. The hood, poverty, stricken, a disfranchised nation. That's us, man. We don't have a military, we don't have no money, we don't have nothing. All we have is Yahweh Bashim Al Shah. And that's all we're trying to tell our people, to return to the Lord, because that's all we're going to, that's all we need is the Yahweh Bashim Al Shah. Put your trust in the Lord. Put not your trust in these damn heathen. Cursed be the man that trusts in man. Don't trust this system has failed us over and over again, man. Verse 44. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Why? Because we have to go to him for the want of all things. We have to go to his hospitals. We have to go to his school system. We have to go to him to get shelter and clothes. Various things in the society, we have to go to this devil for. Why? Because this is his world. Job 9:24, the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. So he's the one controlling the former kill. He's the one controlling what you eat and what you don't eat, man. Because he's the one controlling and rationing out the food, man. He's been doing that, man. Why you think Jake has to go to a good neighborhood to get different types of foods, man, that they ain't seen in a black neighborhood? Some black neighborhoods around the world, in Detroit and different various places in this Babylon, in this fucking America, they don't have places where you can get nice fruit and vegetables and nice clean meat. They don't have that, man. All they have is McDonald's around the corner, Burger King, and various other places, man. They eat abomination after abomination, man. All these foods that leads to our downfall and our death, man, and then push the alcohol and the drugs around in these corner stores, man. Who's doing that? Esau Edom, the so-called white man, the damn devil, man, and these heathen nations. Ezekiel 4, verse 13. And I'm probably going to end up doing a live lesson on this tonight, because it's a lot to really get into, because the way how these heathen had us in a position of going to them, man, and how our people are so in this dumbed down state of mind, not thinking for themselves and not seeking the Lord, man. They make mockery of the men of the Lord, but everything we saying is out of the scriptures. We telling you what this devil has been doing to you, and you still don't want to change your ways, man. This is the book of Ezekiel chapter 4, verse 13. And the Lord said, even thou shall the children of Israel eat their bread defiled among the Gentiles, whither I have driven them, man. And this is what you're seeing, man. We're eating our bread defiled amongst these heathen nations. Our bread is defiled, man. We have all types of genetically modified organisms in our food. We don't know what we eating. You see how the meat is. The meat is not really that color. That's dye that they're pushing in the meat. So you don't know what the hell you really eating. You don't know how old that meat is. You don't know what type of trauma and abuse that animal went through before you ate that animal, man. And all the toxins and chemicals that was pushing to that animal. Now that's going into your bloodstream. Now that's going into your system, man. And who's the main ones dying from colon cancer and breast cancer? You Israelites, man. You leading the league in all these abominations. It's because what these heathen was putting in your neighborhood, man. That defiled bread, man. It's the book of Isaiah 9. And I'm not letting you niggas out the hook, because the niggas you seeing on that screen was a lot of these niggas that was forwarding and pushing and doing these damn commercials for this devil to forward the affliction, man. Isaiah 9 and 16. For the leaders of these people cause them to err. And that's what you're seeing, man. All them niggas you seen, the rap entertainers, Maya and all them, they cause our people to err, man. They got our people in this perpetual backsliding position, man. Even though we know it's the curses, but they help for the affliction as well, man. Because Jake wanted to be a rapper. Jake wanted to be a singer. What they did, they took they sold their soul, man. To do what? To keep our people in a dumbed down state, man. To push out Pepsi commercials, to push out McDonald's and Burger King commercials, man. Nothing healthy, man. Because that's all the rappers did, man. Have it your way. Had you eating all types of abominations and shit, man. And want you to idolize them and be like them. And that's what Jake do. Go to sell out and do the same shit and do what? Continue to keep our people in a dumbed down state of mind, man. Not actually knowing who they are, man. Isaiah 32. Isaiah 32 and 5. The vile person shall be no more called liberal, or the troll said to be bountiful. For the vile person will speak villainly, and his heart will work iniquity to practice hypocrisy. And that's what this devil's been doing, man. He ain't been, since we've been over here, he ain't done nothing beneficial for our health and our well-being, man. He profit and he made gain off us in our ignorance. And that's how he set up all his former kid highs hospitals and all these places you see around the world. He's experimenting off Jake, man. How much radiation to put on people. He's experimenting off Jake. The so-called, all these different ways with the OB and J and all that. He's experimenting off the black woman. So you can clearly see that, hey, this damn devil, he is a fucking hypocrite, man. Even with the juice packet, who is he mainly pushing for to get that shit? Jake. And who was he using? You niggas to forward the affliction, man. That's how you niggas got to go too, man. And it says, and to utter error against the Lord, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. And this is what this devil's been doing, using these pork chop eating ass pastors to tell you you can eat what you want, man. You ain't got to uphold the dietary laws. The laws are done away with. Who's been doing that? Esau, Edom, and these heathen nations, man. And they got to pay for that shit. Right along with you 2/3 niggas, man. You going to have to pay for that shit too, man. Keeping our people in that dumbed down, docile state more and more, man. So you going to have to, it's a heavy tag on you niggas' head as well, man. The Lord ain't forgot nothing, man. And we see that, man. He speak evil. He speak villainly, man. And he's been doing it, man. And then nothing good coming out of what the white man got to say out of his goddamn mouth, man. This is the book of Job, chapter 14, verse 13 and 4. Now he's talking about another round of the Boost Mobiles and shit. Come on, man. But you people ain't paying attention, man. This is just the book of Job, chapter 13, verse 4. But ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value. And that's talking about who? Esau, Edom, man. He's always been perpetually lying to our people to keep our people compliant. He uses our own people against us. He said, but ye are forgers of lies, ye are physicians of no value, man. Everybody knew when it came out with the jump shot that it was starting to put people to death. But they still was forwarding that shit, man. And they was using Jake to forward it more in the communities, man, in the black and brown communities. Come on, man. This devil's a forger's a lie. That's all he knows is a lie, man. That's his MO. That's part of his sword. Is the tongue. He's a good liar. That's part of his characteristics, man. That's how we know who Esau Edom is to this day, man. He's a forger of lies, a physician of no value. He can't make no money off you getting healthy. He can't make no money off you being cured. He has to keep you in that constant state of coming back to him so he can keep making money off you, man. He can keep making profit and gain off you, man. This is the book of Mark. I'm going to end it with this. Mark 16 and 18. Mark 16 and 18. And it says, for they shall take up serpents, and they shall drink any deadly thing. It shall not hurt them. They shall lay hands on the sick, and they shall recover. And then that's the spirit that's coming to the elect. But also it's been on our people as well in a gradual state. So slowly. I'm not mean like fully, because a lot of people has been dying for this, but we've been not eating nothing but poison since we've been in this land. But coming soon, the Lord is going to show forth beautiful works, man. And you see that in these last days, they shall take up serpents, and they shall drink any deadly thing. It shall not hurt them. And that's what you see, man, because we don't know what the hell this devil's putting in our fucking food. We don't know what the hell this devil's putting in anything out here, man. That's why we have to pray over the food. Forever chemicals, all types of things he has in it, man. We're consuming these products as well. But we have faith that the Lord's going to put a hedge of protection over us, so we won't go through certain things as Jake is going through, man. Like I said, gradually Jake is consuming stuff and it's not putting him to death like that. But you got to understand, man, the Lord is putting a hedge of protection over his men. And it says, it shall not hurt them. They shall lay hands on the sick, and they shall recover. And that's what you're seeing, man. The Lord's going to lift up them spiritual gifts, where the Lord's going to be having healing out here. Brothers going to be healing some types of our people to show forth the miracles of Yahweh Shai, man. That's coming as well, man. We're going to show forth his works, man. He said, your works you do. He said, the works I did, but you should do greater, man. We're going to be out here healing. We're going to be healing people, man. That's a form of spiritual power as well, man. That's coming, man. And it says, verse 19, so then after the Lord has spoken unto them, he was received up into heaven and sat on the right hand of Yahweh, man. And that's what we seeking for, man. We seeking to be redeemed by the Son of Man, Yahweh Shai, and sit as well on the right hand of Yahweh Shai in righteousness, man. Because we're going to be joint heirs of Yahweh Shai. That's what we seeking, man. We seeking the kingdom of heaven. That's what the body of Yahweh Shai is seeking, a hopeful elect, is the kingdom of heaven, man. To get out of this poverty-stricken state, man. To be in full dominion and full righteousness, man. Not be consumed with all these curses and all this poison and GMOs around us, man. Even with the air and the water. This whole system is systematically designed to break us down. I'll break us down. But we praying to the Lord that he lift up that standard in due season. And we seeing that time is gradually approaching, man. We're in the time of the Lord is about to do some beautiful things very soon, man. But seeing how our people are, man, hey, we just hastening the day that are coming, man, because our people are through. And they can't see that. This whole system has been designed to just keep you where you are, where they can keep an eye on your ass. That's why they had a project, because it was a fucking project. You niggas been a project since you've been in Babylon the Great, man. So with that, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. I'm going to say, call, hello, Yumla, Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakwadash. Double honors to my apostle, elders, great millstone of Ruel. Peace and salutation, all the Akim pushing this truth with our righteousness and sincerity. Shalom.